Hello, my name is Andy, and I am the village idiot, and I'm armed with a car and a GoPro, and an unhealthy amount of time on my hands. Welcome back to the City of Leeds once again, and it's still a glorious sunny day. And this one is all about how in touch you are with nature. We're not seeing any fantastic buildings or any historical landmarks as such here. We're walking in a rather nice wood around a lake, and we're having a look at this. That behind me on this bridge is called the Beck, and you'll find this just to the northeast of the village of Thorner. Welcome to Wothersome. Here's my disclaimer for people who may be watching me for the first time. I say things as I would in my native accent and dialect. As a result, I may not pronounce things in the same way as the locals do. Remember, I'm a visitor. It's impossible to know everything. Leave me a comment, spin me a like, and bash that subscribe button. Let's get to today's parish video. Wothersome is one of the smallest civil parishes in the City of Leeds, and one of the most rural too, occupying a section of land to the northeast of Thorner. It has a population of 40 according to the 2011 census, and it's located within the Harewood ward of Leeds Council. Over the last couple of centuries, the population has fluctuated slightly, ranging from a low of 16 to a current high of 40. However, at one time it may have been larger. We'll get to why that might have been the case later, but for now let's explore Wothersome Woods off Thorner Road. The woods are part of the nearby Bramham Park Estate, and as such there are permissive footpaths and a couple of public bridleways here. So you can see from this little map in the wood where we are. We're here where this red blob is. Now most of Bramham Park Estate is to the south of that blob, and most of Wothersome Parish is to the north of that blob. But of course, it's one and the same thing here. Now, there are sort of two footpaths that run from this. There's a permissive footpath, which is this purpley, reddy coloured footpath, and that is this path right here. And then there's another one, which is an actual public footpath, and this goes round Wothersome Lake and then comes down through Lake Plantation and joins the permissive footpath there. And that really is all the walking I'm going to be doing in this video, because the rest of Wothersome is, as this sign says, look, arable fields. There's plenty of arable fields to the north of this, and I obviously can't walk over those, but I can drive around them. This road here, which Thorner Road, which is the road up there, I can drive up to, there's a junction just up here, if you can imagine it on the map, and then I'll turn back on myself, and there's like a little turnaround spot here, and I can drive around there to show you some more of Wothersome Parish. On the way, before I do, there's something just here, just to the northeast of Wothersome Lake, so we'll catch that on the way around. But mostly, this is just going to be about walking around Beck and Wothersome Lake. In 2013, a new permissive path was opened by the Bramham Park Estate, which linked existing public rights-of-way to Wothersome Lake and to the village of Bramham. The footpaths form a circular walk around the lake, a small but attractive body of water stretching for almost half a kilometre within the woods. Wothersome Lake can be seen from Thorner Road, but to appreciate it fully, you need to take a stroll around it, although beware, at one point, you might have to get your feet wet. Okay, the footpath crosses this. Now, these are not stepping stones. This could be interesting. All that practice I've had with adventure trails in various playgrounds in various villages. Well, I've kind of got to do this with the camera in my hand, so this will be interesting. Oh dear. I don't know how deep this is. Ooh. Oh, it's muddy. Ooh. Ooh. Halfway across. Hey, we're doing all right. Whoa, losing my balance a bit. Don't recommend this, guys. Oh, there we are. Right. Can I step on that one? Yes, I can. Can I stand on that one? Yes, I can. Oh, I've got a wet foot. There we go. I'm over. Whew. That weren't easy. In terms of Wothersome's history, there's not much to go on out there. Most of the information I found out about it pertained to Wothersome Grange. However, in 1848, this part of Leeds was described as having 3 farms totalling 600 acres and with a population of just 19 people. At that time, it was a township in Bardsey Parish in the lower division of the Skyrack Wapentake in the old West Riding of Yorkshire. Here's a sign showing us this is a public bridleway. You can follow the path to the northwest here instead of looping around the lake. That would take you up to Home Farm Lane and to the turnaround spot I spoke of earlier. It's a popular ramblers route. You know, it's alright being in a village and seeing fabulous buildings and historical landmarks, but sometimes I get just as much out of walking in a tranquil, peaceful wood, just like this one. Running into the lake is a small stream which, thanks to the inconsistency of the internet, appears to go by 5 different names. Google Maps cites it as being called Miller Beck, which is why at the top of this video I called it that, as it was my easiest point of reference. However, it's also known as Milner Beck. It was referred to as such on the sign we saw earlier. It's also the same stream that runs through Thorner, and remember, there it's called Millbeck. To add to the confusion, Google also calls it Thorner Beck along part of its length, and we'll get to the 5th name shortly. Call it what you like, it's pretty. That seems quite a popular woodland. I saw a few people in there with dogs walking them in the nice sunshine on the permissive and public footpaths and bridleways. And why not? If you've got something like this on your doorstep, it's the perfect opportunity to get out with your animal, isn't it? Anyway, we're moving on to our next thing here in Wothersome, and that's literally just down the road. Let's go see what it is. Wothersome hasn't always had the spelling it currently has. In 1418, the medieval spelling, or at least the pronunciation, is believed to have been Wothersome. That's spelt W-O-D-U-S-O-M. What you're looking at here is the site of Wothersome's medieval village, which has long since been deserted. There's nothing left of it now except some earthworks, and the locals these days can't speak English. Its current population is a flock of sheep. We meet the Beck again here. When I was researching the medieval village, I found an article which stated at this point the Beck is called Bramham Beck. I do find it a little amusing that the same stretch of water can go by so many different names. It all flows in the same direction after all. You'll find the site of the medieval village less than a quarter of a mile away from the entrance to Wothersome Woods along Thorner Road. Now, with this one having a deserted medieval village and more natural features than human features, you'd probably be forgiven for thinking it doesn't have any population, but it does. And now I'm going to put the camera on the dashboard and take a short drive around the rest of the parish and show you where the houses are. There really aren't that many. On a beautiful clear day like this, you can't deny that in some parts of this place, the surrounding countryside looks absolutely amazing. Whilst most of Bramham Park Estate lies to the south of Wothersome, if you come here to the north of the parish, you'll find Wothersome Grange, which is associated with it. This is the area that has most of the parish's houses. I counted 4 along here, the others being farm buildings and other isolated cottages. Down here is the Wothersome Grange anaerobic digestion plant, which became operational in September 2015. It uses maize, grass and whole crop wheat silage grown on the estate's home farm to produce methane gas. The methane fuels an electricity generator to export electricity to the national grid, whilst the waste heat from the generator is used to dry wood chip for biomass boilers. There's no parish notice board here, so this I think is as good as I can do. There we go. And there you have it, there is the beautiful parish of Wothersome. There's no picture bit today because it's far too small to warrant one, and I'm going to move on to my next one here in Leeds. And looking at the weather, I think it's going to stay just as sunny and just as nice for next week's episode. This has been the parish of Wothersome, and I've been Andy, also known as the Village Idiot, and I'm out.